Ranger. A fiery horse with the speed of light, a cloud of dust, and a hearty Hi-Yo Silver. The Lone Ranger.
A dead cow, Tonto. This water's been poisoned, Tonto.
Why someone do that, Kemo Sabe?
Well, I don't know. Water is vital to stock and men in this country. Whoever did this obviously wanted to cause trouble.
Now, this land part of's ranch. Me see fence line over there.
Yes, this is private property. We'd better look into this. We'll find out who owns this ranch and then have a talk with him.
Hello, Ferris.
What are you doing here, Stacy?
Well, now, that isn't what I'd call Western hospitality.
Maybe I don't feel hospitable. What's your business?
Well, just drop by to see if you changed your mind about selling your ranch. Heard you laid off all your men.
You'll never get a hand on this piece of land, Stacy. How many times do I have to tell you that?
Well, a man can change his mind, and you've been having a lot of bad luck lately.
Mysterious fires and poisoned water holes? I don't call those things bad luck. Those are crimes, Stacy, committed by men.
I hope you don't think I'm responsible.
I certainly do. I think you're responsible for all the trouble I've had lately. You're trying to drive me off my ranch so you can buy it up cheap, the way you've done with others in this valley. You're greedy, Stacy, for money and power, and you'd trample on anybody or anything to get them. Well, you're not going to get away with it this time.
How's your wife?
Never mind. Give me that.
I understand the doctor's ordered another operation.
That's none of your business.
In a way, it is, Ferris. You've been wanting to sell for a long time so you could go back east and join your wife. Well, this is your chance. Just accept my offer.
You've offered 1/10 of what my place is worth.
It's a fair offer, considering the spot you're in, and I advise you to take it or your luck is liable to get a lot worse.
What's so funny? You are. Thinking you're going to get away with this. But you're wasting your time, Stacy, and I'll tell you why. I've already sold this place to somebody else at a fair price.
I don't believe it.
Look at this.
This is just an offer to buy.
But it's binding on him for 30 days.
Who is this man?
He's a young Easterner. He's from a rich and important family, and this place is exactly what he wants. You'll never get it away from him.
Has he seen the place yet?
No, we negotiated by mail. As a matter of fact, he's arriving in town today. I've got to get down to the station to meet him right now. A couple of hours, this deal will be all closed, Stacy. And there's nothing you can do to stop it. So, goodbye.
Judd!
What's the idea?
Take him up to the shack in the hills.
Why, you're crazy, Stacy. What do you expect to accomplish by this?
Tie him up, Pete, and keep him there until you hear from me.
You have heard instructions, senor. I hope you will not make trouble.
You're carrying this too far, Stacy.
Just do what you're told, Pete.
Oh,
What is it?
a horseshoe upside down. It is a bad luck.
Oh, you and your superstitions, Pete. Forget about them, will you?
One cannot forget such things, senor. They are most important.
All right, but get going.
Come on.
We've got a little problem, Judd. Ferris gave some Easterner an option to buy the place. He's arriving in town today. We've got to meet him.
Yeah, but he'll be expecting Ferris.
It doesn't matter. They've never met. I'll pose as Ferris. That'll make it easier to handle the situation.
What do you figure on doing with this Tenderfoot?
He wants to be a rancher? We'll try and discourage him. Give him a good scare. Send him back where he came from. Once we get rid of the Easterner, I can force Ferris to sell to me.
Well, what's the Easterner's name?
Charles Pettigrew DeWitt III. Shouldn't be too hard to change his mind.
Well, what's your plan, boss?
It's very simple. You know the buggy that's in my stable down near the railroad station. Hurry it up, Judd. That train will be in any minute.
Almost finished, boss.
If that cut trace doesn't scare the daylights out of him, this wheel will when it goes flying off.
Guess that must be DeWitt. He looks kind of rugged. Don't look like he'll discourage very easy. He's still a tenderfoot. Look at the way he's dressed. Now, you know what to do. DeWitt?
Yes, Jim Ferris.
That's right. Welcome to Sweetgrass County.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Sorry I'm late. I had a little trouble on the way in from the ranch. Got chased by Indians.
Indians?
Yeah, I'm lucky I didn't lose my scalp.
Well, this sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun.
Buggy's over here. Hope you don't mind going out to the ranch by yourself. I've got to stay in town a while on business.
I don't mind at all, Mr. Ferris.
You think you can handle him alone?
I'm sure I can. I've driven a horse and buggy before.
Well, this horse is kind of skittish. Might give you a little trouble.
I've been around horses since I was a kid. I like a spirited animal.
Well, these western horses are kind of tricky.
I'm sure I can handle it. Now, how do I get to the ranch?
Well, take this road straight out of town to the left fork. Go about 2 miles until you come to a grove of pear trees.
Yeah.
Then turn right for about a half mile.
All right.
Looks like Mr. DeWitt's headed back for Chicago.
Something's wrong.
Him in trouble, Kemo Sabe.
Yes. Come on.
Oh, boy.
Are you all right?
I think so.
Don't let this mask alarm you. It's on the side of the law.
You certainly don't talk like an outlaw.
I'm not. I assure you.
Whatever side you're on, I'm certainly grateful to you. You could have never stopped that horse alone.
You needn't worry. Tonto's a friend of mine.
Me watch you in buggy. You handle horse good.
Thanks. That's the kind of a compliment a tenderfoot likes to hear. I'm afraid the truth of the matter is I barely managed to hold my own.
Did you just arrive here in town?
Yes, just a short while ago.
What made you lose control of the horse?
The horse bolted when someone fired a gun. I pulled on the rein, but he didn't respond.
You lucky young man. Could have been killed.
It looks as though the trace has been cut.
Cut? I can't believe anyone would do that.
There's no need for that.
This man is my friend.
Men who wear masks are never friendly.
There are exceptions to the rule. I'm one of them.
Who are you?
I might ask you the same question.
This is Jim Ferris. He's the owner of the Diamond J. I have an option to buy his place. That's why I'm here. Look it over.
So you're the owner of the Diamond J. I've been wanting to talk to you.
What about?
About the trouble you've been having on your place. We saw a water hole on your ranch that had been poisoned. We heard you were having other difficulties, too. Any idea who's behind it?
You heard wrong, mister. I haven't been having any trouble. Well, DeWitt, I see you had an accident. Guess I shouldn't have let you use the buggy. It's old and run down.
The trace has been cut. Do you know that?
You're kind of nosy, aren't you, mister?
In anything that has to do with crime or injustice, I am.
I don't like nosy people. You still want to look over the ranch?
Of course, why not?
Oh, I thought the ride you just had might have discouraged you.
Not at all. I'm as enthusiastic as ever.
Well, in that case, I guess we better fix this wheel and get going.
Come on, Tonto.
Well, my name's DeWitt. Charles DeWitt. I hope I see you again.
Perhaps you will. Good luck, DeWitt.
Thanks.
DeWitt, all right. Him good man.
Yes, but I can't say the same for Ferris.
I may not like him.
One thing I don't understand, Tonto. Why he denied he'd been having trouble.
Him try to sell ranch. Maybe him not want DeWitt to know.
And that's possible. But on the other hand, the trace was deliberately cut. And I don't think that wheel coming off was an accident. It looks as though someone wants to harm DeWitt. Let's check up on this Mr. Ferris.
How we do that?
We'll try the local newspaper office. They should have the information we want. We'll take a back trail into town. Come on.
That's you, Johnny? I'll have this editorial ready for you in a minute. I sure lit into the outlaws today, Johnny. Guess I'm just about the bravest man in this county with a pen. Here you are.
And don't be alarmed, Mr. Barker. We're not outlaws.
Well, who are you?
Well, that isn't important, but my mission here might be.
What is it you're after?
Do you know a local rancher by the name of Ferris? Jim Ferris?
Sure, know him well.
I'd like some information about him.
Well, what do you want to know?
For one thing, I'd like to know if he's been having trouble on this ranch.
What kind of trouble?
Kind a rancher shouldn't have. Trouble caused by another man.
Yeah, I guess there's no harm in admitting that. It's common knowledge anyway. Yes, he's been having a lot of trouble. Someone's trying to run him off his place.
Any idea who it is?
Well, Jim thinks it could be a man named Greg Stacy, but of course he can't prove that.
Who is Stacy? A local rancher?
Calls himself that. But if you ask me, that's like a polecat trying to pass himself off as a kitten.
I gather you don't think much of this Stacy.
No, I don't. He's greedy and unprincipled. A man like that can do as much harm to this country as the most vicious outlaw. But why don't you talk to Jim Ferris about this? He can give you more information than I can.
We did. He wasn't very communicative.
Him not friendly man.
Jim, why, he usually is friendly as a pup.
He wasn't with us. As a matter of fact, he was rather surly.
That doesn't sound like Jim at all. He's like most big men, easygoing and peaceable. But of course, he's had a lot of trouble lately, and... What's the matter?
Did you say Ferris was a big man?
Well, I'd call him that. He's well over 6 feet.
Describe Ferris to me, will you please?
Oh, he's somewhere around 50, weighs about 200, has gray hair, and, Oh, wait a minute. I've got a picture of him here. Ran it a couple weeks ago in the paper. There.
You sure this is Jim Ferris?
Of course I'm sure. I've known him for over 20 years.
That clinches it, Tonto. The man we talked to is an impostor.
I don't get this.
We talked with a man a while ago who was posing as Ferris. But it wasn't Ferris at all.
What did this man look like?
Well, he was stocky built, mustache, dark. I'd say about 40 years of age.
That sounds like Greg Stacy.
Perhaps it is.
But why him pose as Ferris?
I don't know, Tonto. But we must find out.
Yeah, I think this is something for the sheriff to handle.
Wait. There's a chance Ferris may be held captive. But if you go to the sheriff now, he'll arrest Stacy, and we may never find Ferris alive.
What do you propose we do?
Give us a chance to locate Ferris before you go to the sheriff.
I've heard about a masked man, an Indian friend, who go around helping people who are in trouble. Could that be you?
Maybe.
I'll take a chance on you, mister. Do it your way.
Good. Adios.
Good luck.
There's the Diamond J Ranch House, Tonto. You'd better wait here while I see what I can find out. We don't want Stacy to see us if we can avoid it.
I don't understand this, Ferris. The figures you've just given me are quite different from the ones you sent me earlier. According to what you tell me now, the Diamond J won't support half the stock you said it would.
Well, maybe I exaggerated a little when I wrote you. You know how it is when a man is anxious to sell.
These figures don't support the price you're asking.
Well, that's a matter of business judgment. And of course, I can't force you to go through with the deal.
Maybe I won't. I want to study these figures again before I make up my mind.
Sure. Sure, study them all you like. I'll take care of the horses. Be back shortly.
Well, the masked man. I didn't expect to see you again so soon.
I'd like to talk to you, DeWitt, about something important.
What's wrong?
Suppose I told you this man you're dealing with is an impostor.
What?
I think his name is Stacy. And I think the real Ferris is either dead or being held captive.
But why?
It looks as though he wants this property and will stop at nothing to achieve his aim.
That would explain one thing.
Oh, what's that?
These conflicting figures. He's trying to discourage me from taking up the option.
Perhaps. But right now, the important thing is to find Ferris if he's still alive. And I think you can help us in that if you will.
I'd be glad to do anything I can.
Good. Now listen carefully. Tonto and I will be at the Grove of Trees. When Stacy leaves, you join us there. Now here's my plan.
How things go, Kemo Sabe?
Everything is all set. DeWitt will join us here just as soon as Stacy leaves. Then we'll get on with our plan.
Still at it.
Yep. Ferris, After studying these figures, I've come to the conclusion I'd be making a great mistake to take up the option.
Well, I'm mighty sorry to hear that. But I guess it's my fault for lying to you in the beginning. My conscience made me tell you the truth today.
I appreciate your honesty, but I'm sure you understand my position.
Oh, sure, sure. No hard feelings. We'll just forget about the whole thing.
Well, there is one qualification. I'll expect you to return my deposit.
Deposit?
Yes, the money I paid you when I took the option. Under the circumstances, I don't feel you have any right to retain it.
Well, suppose I mail it to you.
Why don't you give me a check now?
Well, I like to do business in cash. Let me see now. How much was it?
Oh, don't you remember?
Oh, sure, I remember, but I don't have that much on me. I'll have to ride into the bank and get it.
Well, I'll go along with you. I want to make a train reservation for tomorrow.
That's all right. I'll do it for you. You just sit down here and take it easy. You've had a hard day.
Well, that's very nice of you. Thank you. Everything's working fine. He's going to town to get the money, or so he says.
Him leave barn now. But him not head for town. Him head for hills.
He's undoubtedly on his way to see Ferris and find out about that deposit.
We trail him, Kemo Sabe?
Yes, Tonto. Right to the hideout.
I'd like to go along.
No, I'd rather have you ride into town and see Ed Bark at the local newspaper office. Tell him to notify the sheriff. He'll understand.
And then bring him back here.
Yes, that'll give us time to locate Ferris.
I must say I never expected this kind of excitement.
You're a good man, DeWitt.
I'm afraid I'm lost. Can you show me the quickest way to town?
What's your hurry?
I have to deliver a message.
You act like you was in trouble.
No, but someone else maybe. That's why I'm in a hurry.
Well, who is it? Maybe I can help.
I don't think so. Just show me the way to town.
Wouldn't be Jim Ferris, would it?
How did you know that?
Just a guess. This road here takes you right into town.
Thanks.
The ace of spades. That is very bad luck.
Now, listen to me. How much longer are you planning to keep me here?
That is not for me to decide, senor. That is for the boss. Oh, the boss. He's coming now.
Everything all right?
See, but Senor Ferris wants to know how much longer he will remain our guest.
Not much longer, Ferris. Your tenderfoot friend has decided not to take up his option to buy your ranch after all. You'll soon be free to sell to me.
What have you done with DeWitt?
Nothing. Just persuaded him that the Diamond J wasn't such a good buy after all.
All right, Stacy, you win. I'll sell the ranch to you. I have no other choice. I have to raise money to care for my wife. Let's get it over with.
Now you're being sensible, Ferris.
Draw up the bill of sale and I'll sign it. Then turn me loose.
Well, there's just one item to be settled first. DeWitt wants his deposit money back. How much did he give you?
Deposit money? Well, he didn't give me anything.
You're lying. DeWitt told me he paid a deposit.
Not to me, he didn't.
Well, then why would he tell me?
I'll answer that question, Stacy. That deposit story was a trick. We wanted you to lead us to this cabin, and that's just what you did. Town will get some rope and tie them up. Then we'll turn them over to the sheriff. Now put your guns on the table.
The horseshoe, the ace of spades. I knew it was bad luck.
Shut up, Pete. This is no time for that nonsense.
It is not nonsense, senor. I have told you that before.
Pete is smarter than you are, Stacy. At least he knows when his luck has run out. You all right, Ferris?
Yes, I'm all right. But who are you? What are you doing here?
A friend of yours, DeWitt's. We found out that Stacy was impersonating you and suspected you were being held captive.
Then DeWitt hasn't turned down the option on the Diamond J?
Not at all. Chances are he'll want to pick it up.
A minute ago, Ferris agreed to sell to me.
Agreements made under duress have no legal standing, Stacy. Get going, you two.
All right, Mr. Hold it. Drop those guns on the table. Put your hands up, move over against the wall. Move, I said! You too, Ferris. Good work, Judd. But how did you know I was here? I met the Tenderfoot on the way into town. The way he talked, I knew something was wrong. I took care of him, then headed for the cabin. Well, you got here just in time. What do we do now, Chief?
We'll take care of these three and then clear out here. Things are getting a little warm. But first, we've got some business with the masked man. Turn around, you. All of you. I warned you to keep your nose out of my business. Now you're going to wish you'd followed that advice. Pull off his mask, Pete.
Let's see what he looks like.
I wouldn't do it if I were you, Pete.
Go on, Pete. I've got him covered.
I warn you, Pete. The last man who tried to take off this mask has had nothing but bad luck since.
Don't listen to him, Pete. He's playing on your superstitions. Take off that mask.
I wouldn't do it, Pete. You're asking for trouble. Like throwing a rock at a mirror.
For the last time, Pete, take off that mask.
Good work, DeWitt. I wasn't sure you'd get my signal.
I got your signal, all right. I just wasn't sure I could pitch a strike.
The masked man, he was right. I make a mistake when I do not listen.
You made your mistake a long time ago, Pete, when you decided to defy the law. That's the surest way in the world to bring bad luck.
I guess that's all there is to it. The masked man thought you were entitled to the rest of the story.
And you're the new owner of the Diamond J, huh?
That's right. The proud new owner. Jim Ferris is leaving today for the East to be with his wife.
Good. I know that's what Jim wanted.
Seems we all owe something to the masked man. You ever find out who he is?
Well, he never came right out and told me, but I made what I think's a good guess. I'm sure he must be the Lone Ranger.